Good day, everyone. It's Kevin Oft, CEO and owner of Action Coach of Texas, Action Coach of DFW. Today's business spotlight, we've got Nathan. Nathan owns two businesses, and it's interesting. One is an HVAC business that he's out there, serving under the residential marketplace. It's called Bart's Heating and Air. He also has a recruitment business that actually spawned from the work he did, and I'll let Nathan tell a story about his recruitment business, Smooth Operator Search. So Nathan, take it away. Build some runway about you and your businesses.
Yeah, so jumped into the HVAC business a few years back. Learned about this whole idea where you could go out and buy an incredible business that exists, and then take over and grow it. And so me and a few friends bought Bart's Heating and Air, serving the northwestern side of DFW, specifically Fort Worth, and have been growing it the last few years. Really enjoying like getting to be a part of the community, learning the industry, and honestly, just having a great time. I mean, there's nothing more needed than AC in Texas. So it's a beautiful business that's needed. And as we've grown, we've added some incredible leadership and talent. And one of those people was a general manager for our HVAC company. And that is what has led to building Smooth Operator Search, where we focus on putting operators like general managers into Main Street businesses and sweaty industries. So thinking skilled trades like HVAC, electrical, plumbing, manufacturing, foundation repair, roofing, like anything you think of, kind of home service. You get your hands sweaty doing your work, and it's been a really, really exciting journey doing that. I've done 65% of all placements this year that we've done has been veterans and veteran spouses. So love the veterans. I'm a veteran myself, and giving back. So really enjoying both ventures right now, Kevin.
Awesome, Nathan. So on that point, what do you attribute your growth to? You've grown both of those quite quickly.
I mean, it's the answer you should expect, and it's people, like incredible
Mhm.
people being around. So I said I'm doing this with friends. I mean, that's like the best story you can tell, is having incredible friends that you can go after your passions with. And so the HVAC company, I bought it with three friends. Those same three friends, we've worked at multiple companies together. We went to college together. We built a company, a property management company, and sold it together. And so just having that team to kind of rely on and work through together, it makes it really easy to go through the tough conversations and and put a path together. And so we did the HVAC company together, and then I created the recruiting company from just learning from that. And honestly, 100% of my clients have come from Twitter. So like learning how to market a business and do one on my own has been a lot of fun, and I have grown it 100% free marketing through Twitter, which is kind of crazy.
Well done. Well done. That's a great story as well. So, Nathan, as you look at your businesses, what makes each of your businesses unique?
Yeah, I mean, starting off with HVAC, I mean, I mentioned one of them. It is a need, and that was one of the big things I came from in my career. My career has been like facility management, real estate, and some of the places I've stopped at have been really cool companies, but not necessarily an absolute need. And so when someone's air conditioning stops working in summer in Texas, you're not putting that off, and I think that's really unique, or really needed. But we're trying to put a little bit of twist on it, of like, we came from a hospitality kind of company before, and how do we put a little more hospitality in the skilled trades? How do we make people feel a little bit more comfortable in their homes and still be their trusted advisors? And so really big about creating like a mission and values for a company. And so for Bart's Heating and Air, our mission is uh, um, change lives through the trades, create smiles, do it every day. And I think really honing in on that has been such a pleasure, because you get to work with people who really love what they do. Our technicians kind of get to be the hero multiple times a day when they're fixing problems for customers and doing it in a way that they would do for their grandmother. And so, and then the other thing is like learning how to do it in a way that we're proud of. For our business, I have four kids. Three of them have worked in the HVAC company so far. And the one other thing I like to say about the HVAC specifically is we charge enough to keep our promises. And so I don't want to be the cheapest, because it makes it really hard to come back when something goes wrong, because things will go wrong. They will. And for you to come in and want to do it right and make sure everything's right every single time and still have a business tomorrow because there's enough margin to like fulfill that mission. I think that makes us a little more unique. And than most other companies who are just trying to get by to the next day. And then for recruiting, I think, again, veterans, I am a huge veteran proponent. And so while we focus on Main Street businesses and sweaty industries, my mission there is really about how do I help veterans have like a softer landing spot coming out of the military into Main Street, where these people are building the coolest, like heartbeat of America type businesses in the country. And I get to help them be a part of that. And then the owners of those businesses to get incredible talent from both the military and just, the people I can find.
And thank you so much for opening the door for the veterans, those who keep our country safe and strong. And peace through strength is a very powerful principle, and I'm a huge advocate for it. So thank you for your service yourself, Nathan, and also for giving opportunities, open the doors for the veterans. Again, you've sacrificed so much to keep us who we are as America. So thank you. If you had to start your business from square one, what would you do differently? What have you learned in each of the startups that you want to share with the business owners who are listening today, who'd like to learn from your best practices and your lessons learned?
Yeah, I think the biggest lesson I continue to learn on starting businesses or even buying them. So we bought the HVAC company, but if we had bought that from or started that from scratch, I think it's just coming in with the right amount of capital and making sure that you understand, hey, how fast do I want to grow? So like if you know the goals that you have, it is not crazy hard to reach them, but it is making sure you have the right tools in place. And working capital or capital is just another tool in the toolbox. And I think we wish we had come with just a little bit more. So whether that means bringing in a partner or some other avenue, it really makes it easier to take that next step because you're investing in growth all along, right? And so a lot of the capital, people think we're putting all that money in our pocket. I wish that would be wonderful. It's reinvesting in growth, and like how do you add a few more benefits for the team so that they aren't worrying about health insurance, or they actually get a few days off each year so you attract the best talent, or new vehicles, new tools, better insurance, like whatever it may be, a new location. So I think capital is probably the biggest one. And then the only other one I tell you is like getting a peer group, and a peer group or coaching someone that's seen it or done it before, and that can give you the way, lead the way. So we joined an industry best practice organization for the HVAC company called Certain Path. And it's basically a business in a box. They teach you everything you need to know. Here's how much marketing you should be spending if you want to grow this much. Here's, what you should be spending for a GM. And this is the compensation model that you should do. And so it's beautiful not having to use all your energy and your brain power on starting from scratch on every single one of those things, because they've already built it for you. And then you can just tweak it a little bit based on, your mission, your vision, your values, and who you are as a company.
To have your own personality to the structure.
Yeah, exactly. So take that 80-90% and then put the other 10% that's unique to you on top of it.
Very good. Excellent. So, along with the fact that you've hired over 1,200 people in your career, and what have been your biggest learnings as an employer, Nathan?
I think probably the two that I'd go with is number one, don't take it personal. I have this, I've been working on this like goofy piece of content, what I call the SMB bingo card. So like small, medium business bingo card. It's basically an owner's bingo card. And you just have to know that people are going to lie to you. They're going to steal from you. They're going to get hurt. Bad things are going to happen. People are going to quit the day up. People are going to say that they want your job and then not show up the day they're supposed to. They're going to call in sick or whatever. And I think the biggest deal there is, no, don't take it personal. At the end of the day, there is no correlation between intelligence and like success in business. There's none. There is a lot of correlation between grit and dealing with like the day-to-day brain damage that business incurs on you, right? Like you're just getting beat up every single day. And so I'd say don't take it personal and just keep on going if it's something that you really care about, and that you want to pursue, because all the opportunities out there. And then the last one, I'm going to throw in the bonus one: raise your prices. Raise them. Raise your prices. You'd be surprised. We get fewer complaints with higher prices in HVAC than we did with lower prices. Blows my
Part of
mind.
the yeah, yes. Well said, very well said. That's one of the biggest fears we see owners have as well, about raising prices. So, yep, well said. So we're talking about employees a second ago. What are the qualities you look for in employees, whether it be for your own business that you own or through your recruitment business that you're finding employees for others?
Yeah, so I always break it down into like the two categories: hard skills, soft skills. Hard skills are like it's the experience that people can write on their resume. I did this. I was responsible for this, which is not what you really want. I don't care what you're responsible for. I care what you did with it. And so, like, what is the impact you left on the organization when you came from there? How is it different when you left? And then the qualitative skills are all about, or the soft skills are all about quality. Like, do I enjoy being around this person? Are they coachable? That's probably one of my most important ones right there, is because I want to be coachable. I try so hard to be low ego, high performance. And feedback comes from every single direction. Doesn't matter what role you are in our company, and everyone delivers, no exceptions. And that means the owners. If an owner, like in our HI company, if an owner is fulfilling a role in the company and they're not fulfilling it at the level that is expected of that role, or anyone else that would be in that role, they get fired too. So like at the end of the day, high standards, high support is kind of one of our sayings. Is we really want to attract the best and give them the support to have success. And so I love low ego, highly coachable, hungry people who maybe haven't gotten the best chance in life, or have been overlooked or feel like the underdog and want to be part of something special, and that want to learn. Because we can teach you so many things. Like honestly, the technical side for HVAC is a lot easier to teach than like the soft skill qualitative side. Just let's find awesome people and we'll teach them the right things. And versus finding people who know the technical side and teach them how to be good people or customer service, like that's much, much harder.
Agree, agree. The soft skills, who they are, their values, that's the part that's hard to shift. Hard skills, yeah, like you said, you can train up, train up.
I
What
have a twin brother, and he says, I can't raise you again. That's like his thing. He's like, I can't be your dad again to teach you the values that you grew up with. But I can teach you all the other skills. So if you have at least integrity, I can work with that. I can teach you everything else.
Yeah, we have 14 points of culture out of the 14. The top one for me is integrity. That's where it all starts. Then the rest
Same.
goes from there. As you look at being a business owner, how do you balance, personal life with the demands of the businesses? What's your secret to success you might share with others around that, Nathan?
So this one's going to be a little counterintuitive, I think, for some people, but the most successful people I know are a little lazy. And I would say I am too, but every one of them is willing to work so hard to be lazy. And what I mean, like an example, I have this awesome friend, and she started a company, and she did not want to in real estate. She was like a realtor, and she's trying to figure out how to build this big business. And she's like, I don't want to cold call people. I don't want to do that. That's not who I am. So she got really good at marketing so that they would call her. And so when I say like lazy, I don't necessarily think of it as like a bad word. I think of it as, how do you set up your life and design your life in a way that lets you live it the way you want to? And so for me, it's I have very, very like harsh guidelines on the things I will not miss. So like I'm not missing, I have 4 kids and they're from 21 to 13, and I am not missing anything that's important to them. So like I'm going to that rehearsal or game or concert or whatever their performance they're doing. That's happening. And so everyone else knows that's happening. And we build that into our culture of the business, where not only is that just for us as owners, that should be for everyone,
Right.
for the most part, right? As long as we're not like damaging the business. So I'm really big on like, hey, here's the things that are not negotiable, but I am willing to sacrifice more in the beginning, and setting expectations for everybody. So like when we bought the HVAC, Bart's Heating and Air, you better believe I was in there like 70 hours a week in the beginning, every single day. Everybody knew that we're going to go grind hard. We're going to get this ship sailing right. And then we're going to have a lot more freedom than we did, for the last 6 months or whatever number that is. And then just knowing the business seasonality. So like during the summer, it's a little harder to get her away in HVAC, right? but as we've grown, we put a GM in place, and that was another piece. Like, we're willing to spend the money and take a little bit less in our pocket as well to create the life that I want. So I don't need to make hundreds of thousands of dollars necessarily from this one business to have the life that I want. I want freedom. That's what I want. Freedom of time and freedom to do what I want.
The other piece I'll share around the GM part is that we put a general manager in place to run the day-to-day, gives the owner time to actually work on the strategy and some of the hyper growth pieces as well. Let the GM take care of all the day-to-day piece.
100%. Get rid of a little bit of that brain damage.
Yep. And the other piece I want to mention is that Nathan, you stated that at first put the 70 hours per week and grind it out, be willing to sacrifice. The old saying is this: great entrepreneurs are willing to do what others aren't willing to do in order to have what others will not be able to have in the future.
I love that.
That's a great principle. So any parting words, Nathan?
Just grateful to have you on, or thank you for having me on. Tripped over my words there. And then just one more plug. If there's anything I can do, I have a big goal on the recruiting side, whether it's a formal or informal engagement, of placing 50 veterans this year. So if there's anything I can do to help other veterans find an incredible role, or you're looking to hire veterans, and I would love to be a resource, whether it's formal or not.
And one last time, how do folks find your two companies?
Bart's Heating and Air, you can find online at bartshvac.com, and then Smooth Operator Search. I actually have been so busy with it, I haven't even built a website or anything yet. So best opportunity would probably just LinkedIn or Twitter at Nate Lenahan, and the number 8 Lenahan. So yeah, you can reach out there, and I'll get a website up here probably in the next month or so. We'll see how fast it goes.
All right, Nathan, really appreciate you. Thank you for serving the country, and thank you for creating opportunities for those who've served as well. Greatly appreciated.
Thanks so much, Ken.